Hi, welcome to my Q&A. I thought I'd do a Q&A while I make some salsa. I asked you guys to submit some random questions for me to answer for this Q&A. First question we have is, what is your dream place to live? I have to say my dream place to live would be LA. International home of entertainment. That pairs in with what I want to do in my life. I feel like everyone that ends up living... That's gonna keep beeping. I'm sorry. Everyone that lives in LA wants to not live there, but you can get places. Living in LA, you can get places. You can take off. You're noticed. So that is a dream place to live. Next, hardest thing you've had to overcome in the past few years. I really should have thought about these answers before I started filming. Definitely the thought of maybe possibly not being able to get a career that I want. That is really that took over my life in the past year. Being like, I don't want a mainstream career. I don't find any interest in a mainstream career. I have a dream and the chances of me reaching the full potential of that dream are slim, but who's to say that's gonna stop me from trying? When did you start to have a love for music and singing? That's such a good question. I have always loved music and singing. There is videos of me singing at child age. I've never not enjoyed it, but I never thought it was possible to make it some sort of career until I was much older. So my love for music and singing has always been that. I've always been into music, so hardcore. My parents raised me with some hardcore fucking music. Amazing artists. I was always singing. Our family was all musical and it's great. But that pairs into the next question, which is, why the fuck did I cut this onion like this last time? What do you want to do when you're older / what is your dream job, basically? My dream job is to perform, preferably solo artist, but I just love being on the stage. I feel like that's like home. Not to make it all cringy or anything, but that is where I
feel like I fit in, you know?
That's where I feel comfortable. As I said, I never really thought it was possible to be a singer as a career until a couple years ago. I never thought, I was like, okay, that's just for the lucky people. There's no point even trying. I didn't even think about it. It wasn't even in my mind. I remember being in England thinking, oh my God, it'd be cool if I was like a singer, that'd be so fun. I didn't even think twice about the fact that it could actually be a reality. I was just assuming that it's it just happened to those people that are just lucky and just, it just happens to some people and they're just famous and it's okay, cool. The end of 2021 was when I was actually realizing this can actually become a future and you don't even have to be really well known for it to be a profession. This is such a heavy topic on my mind right now. This has been on my mind so heavily the past few years. Just follow your dreams. They didn't make that saying for no one, That saying exists for a reason. Right now, think about the thing you're most passionate in life about. It could be posting on TikTok, it could be making YouTube videos, it could be building, it could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be acting, it could be performing, it could be, I don't know, magic. All of those things that you might think are a really fun hobby, if you want to, that can be your job. That can literally be your job. I'm so passionate about this topic because people are like, oh my God, my favorite thing to do in this whole world is blank. And then they're studying something completely separate and they go into medicine. If you have a dream, who's stopping you from trying? We live on a rock. Next question. What is the first song you ever wrote and how old were you? I love this question so much because I was in year 1. I was either 5 or 6 when I wrote my first song. We had this thing in school called Golden Time and every Friday we'd have half an hour or 20 minutes, I don't even know how long it was, to just do whatever we wanted. Just play games and stuff at the end of the day. So I decided to write a song and it was about my friend because I was very excited to have Golden Time with my best friend Paige. But unfortunately she wasn't there that day. So I sat on my own the whole of Golden Time and I wrote a song about how she wasn't here. And it was something like, Paige, I can't believe you're not here for Golden Time. I really, really miss you. I don't even know how it went, but it was something along those lines. What is your favorite song to sing? My favorite song to sing is She Used to Be Mine. Such a beautiful song. Always love singing it. The last solo performance I did when I was in England, I performed that song. And the first solo performance I did in New Zealand, I also performed that song. So it's just a full circle moment and it's so fun to sing. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Oh my God, there's a fly over there and it's shut up! If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? LA. But I do want to go back and visit England because I definitely miss England. But then I definitely want to move to LA at some point in my life. Dog or cat person? That's such an important question. I'm a cat person. Is that shocking? Did you see me as a cat person? I've never owned a dog, but cats have my whole heart, so. On that topic, dream pet. 20 cats. You know, aside from like mainstream pets, what pet would I actually get? Oh, you know what I really wanted? A chinchilla. Oh my god, I want a chinchilla so bad. Story time. In England, I was gonna have a hamster for like my 13th birthday. Then we moved to New Zealand, so I couldn't get a hamster. And over in New Zealand, you can't get hamsters. You can't have pet hamsters because they are like a danger to wildlife. I think they like eat the eggs of the native birds and stuff. So I wanted a chinchilla. But I never got one. Maybe I'll get a chinchilla one day. Or just like a goldfish or something. I think a fish will be pretty swag, actually. Will you release music anytime soon? I want to. I really do want to release music soon. And I was like, oh yes, 2023, I'm gonna release music. I just really don't know how it works. And if you guys know people in New Zealand that can actually help me out with this, comment down below or DM me on Instagram. My socials are in the description. But help? I need producing, mixing, recording. I need all of these things and I don't know who's good to work with and who does what. It's definitely something I really want to do, but it's something that I want to be more confident on how the whole process works. But maybe I just need to go head first and go straight for it. I just need to be like, okay, here's the studio, let's just go see what this shit's all about. Craziest dream you had that you wish was reality? I'm guessing you're talking about like an actual, like a sleep, like a dream, like an actual dream. I've had quite a few dreams of like meeting people that I'd like to meet and other things that obviously I'd wish was reality, but probably the dream that I'd wish was a reality most would be meeting a loved one that's already passed away. I've had a couple dreams like that with a family member that has passed away, and then I've seen them in my dream and I've like hugged them and it's so weird, but those are the sort of dreams I wish were real. Plans for this year. So it's 2023. If you're watching this in any other year, then that's just weird. I don't know, because honestly, the things I want to do as a career don't really revolve around me getting good grades. I don't know. I actually don't have any like plans. I just want to keep doing my social media. I want to keep doing TikTok and YouTube. I love doing it. I had a comment in this comment section saying,
"You need an editor. I will edit your videos."
And I was thinking, I love editing. Despite it taking me hours, like, I thoroughly enjoy it, so sorry. What instruments do you know how to play and which instruments would you like to learn how to play? Okay, currently I can play piano, guitar, ukulele, drums, and a bit of bass and a bit of cello. My dream instrument, this might sound so weird, but my dream instrument, sorry if you can hear that fucking lawnmower. My dream instrument is the harp. I've just always seen people play the harp and they're like, and I'm like, yes, me. I want to play the harp. When I'm extremely rich, I will have a huge harp in my living room. Do you ever want to get tattoos or piercings? That's such a good question because I have neither. I don't even have my ears pierced, like my firsts. So I probably will end up in the future. Like it's never been a thought in my mind, and I guess I've just never been around people that have pressured me because, you know, like once someone gets, or maybe I'm just like not a person that real falls into. Not saying that people that have got their ears pierced have fallen into like trends and stuff, but I've just like looked at every girl in my year with their ears pierced. Never really thought about it. I've just blown it off. Maybe I will get some piercings, but probably just my ears. I don't want any other facial piercings. I could not stand any others. Oh my god. Tattoos. I have a one tattoo idea, maybe two at most, but the chances of them actually being tattooed onto my body permanently are not very likely, but maybe they could happen. I don't know. I've not like been like, oh yes, I really hardcore want tattoos, but I've seen tattoo ideas and I've come up with my own tattoo ideas and be like, oh my god, that would be so sweet. But then, you know, I could get that same satisfaction from like that same design being like engraved into a necklace or something, you know. Okay, next question. Favorite food? Nachos. I am a sucker for Mexican, like hardcore. Like chuck me any Mexican and I will devour it. Me literally making a salsa. I love, okay, nachos have to be my favorite. I don't know, it's just, or tacos, but I haven't had tacos in like 3 years. Maybe, yeah, almost 3 years, because since I've had my braces on, I didn't want to like bite into that because I could like break brackets. And I didn't have nachos for like a solid like 1.5 years since I had braces. And then I was like, okay, YOLO, I'll be fine, because they kind of go soft anyway when you make nachos, whatever, and I was fine. I just like don't want to bite into like a crunchy taco. Burritos also slap. Oh my god, it's burritos and nachos. I'm sorry, I can't, and tacos are just Mexican. I'm sorry, I just love Mexican. It's my favorite of all time. What do you prefer, New Zealand or UK? Don't hit me with that question. That's a sensitive topic because I don't know the answer. I've always said this, but I don't know how true it is anymore. I'm just like kind of saying it because it's what I've always said and that's just how I roll. If I'm living in New Zealand, I would be wanting to live in England. If I'm living in England, I want to live in New Zealand. New Zealand feels like home at the moment, but England will always be my home. New Zealand has been warming and it feels like a place that is comfortable to live, right? But England will always be my home. That is where I was born and raised. But to battle, to like set an agreement with my mind, to battle this dilemma, I'm just gonna move to America so I don't have to pick between which country. Genius, I know. But I love both countries, and if I was away from either of them, I'll miss the other one, and I know it's crazy. It's crazy, and they're both so different. And moving countries is one of the hardest things that someone can ever do. Like, it is difficult, and people don't understand how difficult it is unless they've done it. People are like, oh yes, I'm gonna move. If I moved, oh, there was like a whole trend on TikTok that was like, I've got something problems, and if I moved countries, they would all be solved or something. And I'm like, no, they wouldn't. Your issues can't necessarily be solved by moving countries. Not to say that like it won't help, but I was so excited to move to New Zealand, but it's one of the hardest things I've ever done. Like, this kind of lures us into the next question, which is things you miss most about England. Obviously, I miss my family and friends like hell, but you miss the small things as well, and you feel so empty without just like the small routine things that you got so used to doing. Like, I remember lying in bed over here being like, I really miss the walk around this certain corner. There is no way I would think, oh yes, I'm really going to miss walking around this corner by the fish and chip shop. But I do. And I think that's helped me realize that we take things for granted. 100% we definitely take things for granted because you don't know what you're gonna miss until you don't have it anymore. So don't take things for granted. Live in the moment. Go on that walk and be like, wow, I'm so grateful to be walking on this exact path right now, because one day you're not gonna be there anymore, or you might if you choose to stay, but one day you might not be there anymore and you're gonna miss that exact pathway. Single or taken? Single. Which year has been the worst for you so far? 2022. That was not the year for me. Okay, this is such an important question. You don't even understand. This is such an important question. Wait, I need to cut more coriander. Do you sleep on your right side or your left side? Now that is quick of you to assume that I sleep on any side. What if I don't sleep at all? What if I sleep standing up? You're lucky I do sleep on a side, and the side I sleep on is my right side. And apparently if you're sleeping on any side, you should sleep on your left side, because it's something about your stomach, how like your stomach goes like out one side and the tube is like on one side of the stomach. So if you're lying on your, oh wait, no, it'll go out that way then. So if you're lying on your right side, your stomach content goes to the side that's not gonna come back up, so you can't like choke on your, I don't know where I read that. But anyway, I sleep on the opposite side to that one. So I sleep on my right side. If you could give advice to your older self, what would you say and why? I would say don't get too comfortable with the people you're around. It's gonna change. Depends how old we're talking, because, you know, I moved countries and a lot changed since then. And also just, I would tell myself to put myself out there earlier. Like, I've always been myself. I've never really extremely cared about what people thought me in real life and on the internet. but I would say put yourself out there earlier, like put yourself out there now, because it just like feels so good to have like a support system and people that like appreciate me and like the effort I put into the things I post and like the things I create, you know. So yeah, I would say that. And why? Because bitch needed to hear that shit. Okay, that looks so banging. Linking to that one, what would you say to your future self? I would say, I don't know what I'd say because I don't know where I'm going to be in life. I would say just like, don't let people tear you down. Don't let people control what you want to do with your life. And don't let people think that you're incapable of achieving things that aren't mainstream. Because I've been told a lot recently that I should be like focusing so hard on my schoolwork. That should be my priority in life. And I'm just like, I have other things I want to do than your maths work that you're giving me. It's not my priority in life and it's never going to be. Don't let people tell you what your priorities are. Favorite TV show? Criminal Minds has been my favorite TV show for over a year now. This shit is so good. It's literally on the TV right now, but it's just paused because I'm filming this and I'm gonna go straight back to watching it afterwards. Sorry, I will edit the video once I finish this episode. It's so goddamn good. It's so good. If I met you in real life, is it okay if I go up to you? Yes, of course. A couple people saw me around the other day and I heard them talking about me, but they didn't come say hi. I mean, you don't have to say hi, but yeah, like multiple people noticed me and they saw me and I heard them talking about me. And that's nothing against them, like, please come and say hi. Please come and say hi, do not be shy. I bite. Favorite country in Europe aside from the UK? Okay, the countries I've been to in Europe: England, Wales, which are in the UK, France, and Spain. I haven't been to like mainland Spain, I've just been to some islands. And I went to Normandy in France and somewhere else, I can't remember. The trips to France were school trips and the trips to Spain were like holidays. I really enjoyed Spain. It was bloody hot though. And France is a beautiful place, but I really can't judge this because I was like 11, 10 and 9 when I did these, or like at 13 or 12. I don't even know, I was tiny when I did all these trips, so I'd like to tour around the whole of Europe. That's a major goal of mine, to go around Europe, go to as many countries in Europe. I really would like to go to Italy, as well as like some of the colder, like Norway and Sweden and Switzerland. Like, let's crack these bad boys. Hell yeah. Oh, this is pretty swag. Okay, we'll put it in one of these. And that brings us to our final question. That's so sad. Where do you plan to live when you move out? That is such a hard one because I don't think I'll have the money to be able to move to LA so early on. Like, I'll be going to university and then maybe I can move straight to LA from there. Do I even want to go to university? I don't know. Is that just going to waste my money that I don't even have? Probably, but is it going to be the best experience of my life? Probably. Is it going to teach me a bunch about music and production and all that shit? Probably, but is it actually going to help my future? I don't know, maybe, probably, but is it going to help me in wanting to be a performer? I don't know. And am I going to be surrounded by a bunch of people that just want to do the same thing? Probably. Maybe I need to come up with a different approach. Maybe I need to approach it differently. Maybe go the non-uni way, just like work and post on the internet. I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. And it's rough because I just want to live with my mummy and my daddy. I have like 1 more year after this year until I'm supposed to go to university and everyone's moving out and I'll be an adult. I just want to embrace the moment right now because it's never going to feel like this ever again. Like, I'm living with my parents. I don't have to worry about being far away from them. I don't have to worry about buying a house myself personally, but I don't know. We'll cross that hurdle when we get to it. Cross that bridge. Jump that hurdle. You know what I meant. Anyway, here's my salsa. This is the end of the video. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching my Q&A while making salsa. Just make sure you comment down below what content you want to see next and any thoughts you have about this video. My socials are in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go and make a salsa.